How you doing, everybody? My name is Lord PTV. I am the Chief Communication Officer for lordsofgaming.net, and I'm here to talk to you all about Towerborne. Now, you might be asking yourself, what exactly is this game? So, it is a online co-op, four-person, I would say, action adventure RPG type game that was developed by Static and has been published by Xbox Game Studios. Now, full disclosure, I was given a copy of this game to play, and I found that it is way better than I was expecting it to be. It is a highly enjoyable game. Just to kind of sum it up a little bit. But the biggest thing I'm going to talk to you all about is the gameplay and what makes me pulled into this game and what they ended up doing with it to make it enjoyable. I'm going to give you a little bit of a synopsis here, and if you're looking for more of an in-depth type review, you can always check out my channel, which will have a more in-depth review. Now, Towerborne itself, you have 4 classes that you can pick from. It's a sword and shield, a dagger, a staff, and then another is a fist weapon. Now, I know that's not the class names, but those are the weapons you play as. And like I said, I'll have a more in-depth one for you later. Now, as you're playing as those classes, they all individually level up, so they all have their own personal leveling system, leveling cap, and own everything, a leveling system, I guess you could say, internally per each weapon. The gear itself is interchangeable, and it really has this, for lack of a better term, this beat 'em up looter type system. And the way that you're kind of going through the side scrolling combat, dealing with mobs, which are beautifully, they're beautifully drawn out, beautifully animated. The combat is really, really fluid and fun. It really made me be taken back to how I originally ended up like playing those side-scrolling games. I can't really tell you how enjoyable it is unless you end up playing it, because the game itself is on the surface very simple, but can get more in depth for higher up. There is a loot system, which is, your uncommons, your commons, your rares, your elite, and then the legendary type gears. So the more up you go, the more stats they have, so you can kind of pick and choose better. They do a really great job of kind of containing you to an area until you end up getting strong enough to, I guess you could say, get your danger license to a level 2, and you kind of just grow over time in strength. Now, when you're growing more and more in strength and more levels, you get more and more abilities, and you get more and more that you're going to end up learning about. I myself personally have been playing as the fist class, the dagger class, and the sword and shield class as of right now. I don't know if I'm going to get to the staff class because it doesn't seem like it would be that much of my style, but I also said that about the fist class, but now I'm ending up playing it and I'm loving it. It's probably my preferred class, which I did not expect. So I think that like I said, there's different layers of this game which make it more fun. And the most fun I have with it is because I'm playing it with my friends. And I ended up doing I ended up having some time to play with 2 of the other members of the Lords of Gaming team. And we ended up, sitting down and playing, and we ended up playing, and 4 hours just flew by. I think that the things that make this game enjoyable is that not only do you have the ability to play on your own, but you can play with your friends, and they have, your regular looting system, but they also have your cosmetic system that really doesn't change anything through the curio system. you can end up finding curios or purchasing them, and once you end up purchasing them, you can unlock different types of skins. Now, I always have said this before, I think this is probably one of the best ways to get people to play the game and to keep wanting to play the game, because that feeling of getting a new upgrade or getting something new, it feels really good, and the cosmetics really doesn't change how the game is played. Helldivers does it a little differently because they have the cosmetic portion, but they also have the gear intertwined in it, but you really don't need the gear until a certain point where they've now gotten to the point where they've really intertwined some stuff into it, where you really need to play and get those higher levels. But let me get off that soapbox. Now, if you're ending up thinking that these battles are going to be easy, in the beginning they really are. They're just kind of there to kind of teach you how to go through the system. And then eventually I ended up getting to the point where I had to fight. It was almost like a zone boss, if you will. And there wasn't even like a level. It was like you walk into an area, you fight 3 mobs, you go into a cave, and on the other side is this boss with actually difficult mechanics to deal with. And I think that was the part that made me want to play it more, because when I played these games when I was younger, I ended up, how can I say, having issues pushing through a lot of these side-scrolling type systems like Contra or like Battletoads and things like that. And that's the genre I'm from, of playing these side-scrolling games. So I think that this kind of really tunes into that. So, yeah. So overall, I think that the game is really, really worth it. Right now, it's in early access on Steam. It's on Xbox Game Pass. It's on the Xbox Store. It's on what's it called, the PC version of the store. You can get it pretty much anywhere. And let me rephrase that. It's on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Steam. So you have those options to pick it up. Definitely take the time to play it. See how you like it. Like I said, if you got Game Pass, it's not going to cost you anything, but it's going to be great to play. I know that I'm planning on playing with Lord King David in the upcoming week or so. We're going to get together and we're going to do some more things. So hopefully you guys can check that out. Once again, my name is Lord PD TV. I hope you enjoyed this, overall review, or review in development, I guess you could say, because it is an early access game. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. Thank you all. Bye, everybody.